One. Okay. So
All
hello,
right,
Alex. Once
fantastic.
again.
Hello,
Yeah.
Siddharth. Siddharth, how are you? It's nice to
Yeah.
see
I'm doing
you
good.
for the
Yeah.
for the
Same.
first time, huh? For all of our classes, it's just me sharing my
Hmm.
screen, you talking. So it's the first time I've actually seen you. So I guess nice to meet
Yes.
you in a way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Same.
so we'll start by introducing ourselves. I'm Alex Penman. I'm the founder of Project True Phonetics. I started it in 2020 as a campaign to change the model that we use to teach people English pronunciation. Okay, to change the phonetic symbols that you see in dictionaries and to change the phonetic symbols that people teach on YouTube and in textbooks and all over the world. Okay, that's what it
Hmm.
was from 2010, 2020. But then 2 months ago, I decided that the best way to like present to the world this alternative model, this better way to learn English pronunciation would be in an app. Okay, and that's when I contacted you, and we
Hmm.
started building the True Phonetics app. Okay, so I think the thing that we need to establish right now is that when I say True Phonetics, it's actually three things. Okay, there's Project True Phonetics, which is the idea that started in 2020. Then there's True Phonetics, the app, which is what we started building together, and then there's True Phonetics, the company, which is what we formed together, and we're currently looking to expand. Okay.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, I'm 32 years old at the moment, uh, and I speak many languages. My Hindi's coming along. It's not one of my best languages at the moment, um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I speak English, French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, German, Mandarin's okay, Greek's okay, and Hebrew's okay. Yeah, many interests, but that's enough about for me for now. Do you want to talk about yourself, Siddharth?
Yeah. Sure. So hello. My name is Siddharth West, and I am like now the CTO of True Phonetics. Now, I've been coding since 2017, and
Mhm.
it's now like time to like have a company of ourselves and build something. Like I have worked for others. I have built many like startups. I've worked in many startups and have struggled a lot in life. And I love coding. This whole part of like building things. And the only language I love is like JavaScript. It's like
Mhm.
it can do anything. It can build mobile
Yeah.
apps. It can do web applications. It can do backend. It can do front end. It can do anything. So like
Mhm.
I'm in love with that. And now yeah, that's all about me. And I'm like just 23 years old. And after some days it's gonna be 24. That's all.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. On Sunday, huh? It's
Yeah,
very, very soon, huh? 24.
exactly.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. It's great. Yeah, I know you're very good at
Mm.
coding and you love JavaScript. Yeah, I decided when I was thinking about building, like I started building a website. That's what I started with, and I built it in.
Mm.
I showed you this when I first sent you the
Right.
message. Yeah, I built
Yeah.
like a prototype True Phonetics website in
Mm.
HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But then I
Right.
knew like because I'm an English teacher, right? And all my students
Mm.
were always on their phones, right? They don't,
Right.
phones are way more popular than desktop computers at the moment. And so I
Mm.
knew I needed an app. You can't just have a website. And
Mm.
that's why like it just seems so obvious that you should do React Native, right? React Native and React, right? React on
Mm.
the front end, then you can use very similar code base
Right.
on the front end. And then, yeah, mobile React Native works on both iOS and Android. And then you can even
Exactly.
do a backend in JavaScript. So, yeah, JavaScript's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time for the people to figure out like which technology actually to use, like which
Hmm.
we can they can that which they can reuse the code actually. Yeah. That's how like
Hmm.
JavaScript work comes in. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So like let's discuss the like how we want the three things you said, the idea, the app, and the
Hmm.
company. Let's
Yeah.
think like how we have to take like these three ideas together, three
Hmm.
things together, like to some level. Okay, like
Hmm.
what's in mind, where we wanna go, what we wanna change. Like there is phonetics alphabet already, right? Which is
Yeah, there is.
having some issues.
It
You
has
mentioned.
some serious issues. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I sent you a
Mhm.
short video, okay, in which I
Exactly.
exposed one particular teacher making a mistake that it's a fact that she made a mistake, right? So,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if it's correct to say it was a mistake because it was intentional,
Hmm.
but
Right.
um, yeah, it doesn't make sense because when this teacher did the vowel that's represented with the omega symbol, her mouth is
Hmm.
open. You see?
Right.
And when that same symbol appeared after the letter A, now she had her mouth closed. It was like, good. Now, you say like the w, it's a W, right? The truth is that it's a
Hmm.
W.
Right.
It goes the A sound, and then a W, ow, how, now, right? Your lips
Hmm.
come together. But in her particular British accent, which is like the most common way to say it in England, as far as I know,
Hmm.
it's like good, good, should, would. So you can see the lips are open. So like I think that's a really good video
Hmm.
to really
Right.
like introduce you to like um, what the problem is. Okay, because like that's the first example, and it's a good example because you can see it. Okay, you don't have to
Hmm.
hear very closely. You can see, you can confirm it with your eyes. Doesn't matter if you're
Exactly.
English native or not. Okay, now
Hmm.
you show that video of that particular teacher contradicting themselves, then many others. Okay, doing
Hmm.
this exact same way. American teachers, British teachers. Okay, they just don't realize. They don't seem to realize that like what they're saying doesn't make sense. It can't be like an accurate phonetic alphabet because
Hmm.
they're clearly not making the same sounds, right? Every time they show the same letter, but that's the whole idea of phonetic alphabet is you have one letter, one symbol for one sound. You see?
Hmm. Got it.
So that's like the first fact that I like to introduce people to, and then we build on top of that.
Hmm. Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was
So
the
I'm
idea to things. Okay. This was the idea, like completely like to make everything correct. Like people should learn the correct way, not like this. Okay. So okay. There was one thing which I want to share you. Like I was trying to explain some of my friends about the phonetic alphabets, and they are like,
mhm,
Ki, what's the need of like phonetic alphabets? We already know like the ABCDs of things, the English grammar
mhm,
thing, and they
mhm,
are able to speak fluently. Okay,
mhm,
they are able to speak fluently, they are able to like communicate well, and they are
mhm,
working in like good American companies. Okay,
mhm.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. So they were
Yeah.
asking me like, what's the real use of this phonetic alphabet? How can like,
Mhm.
if we learn this, if we devote our time into this, like what's the outcome?
Well, it's fantastic that your friends speak fluent English and they can communicate,
Hmm.
as well as they want to, right? It's
Right.
it's not entirely necessary for everyone, right? You don't
Hmm.
need to use this tool if you're happy with the way you sound when you speak English, and you don't want to change your accent. That's
Hmm.
okay. Okay, you don't need to engage with this, but there's a lot of people that really want to understand the sounds of English. Okay, they
Got
want
it.
to like be able to sound like an Australian or sound like an American or sound like an English person or a Scot or an Irishman. Okay,
Hmm. Got
a
it.
lot of people want that. Also, they want to uh, just be able to express themselves more confidently. I think that like there's a lot of low confidence that comes from like people struggling to pronounce things, and
Hmm.
especially when like people don't understand what they're trying to say. And like
Hmm.
when you can see a symbol for each sound, then you can really I like build your idea of that sound in your mind. You see?
Hmm. Right.
Um, like if I show you the symbol for the front A sound, ah in cat, and the symbol
Hmm.
for the back A sound, ah in car and
Hmm.
far and farther, then you can start to like really understand, like to recognize more clearly the difference between those two sounds. You see? And the difference between those two sounds, the back A sound, ah in fast, farther, and the
Hmm.
front A sound in in apple and hat, right? I.
Hmm.
That's the same difference that we have between I and sky, I, like the I in sky and Y, and the ow in how and cow. Okay, like I strongly believe that in American English, Australian English, and English, I
Hmm.
and ow do not start with the same vowel. Okay, ow starts with the front A vowel followed by a W. I starts with the back A sound, the back A vowel followed by a Y sound. Okay, but if you look it up in
Hmm.
a dictionary, it says that it's actually like the ow and I actually start with the same vowel, and the ow finishes with the vowel in good. Okay, I say good, but that
Hmm.
particular British teacher in that video says good. So in her particular accent, it's very obvious that she's making a mistake. What's harder to
Hmm.
see, and what took me a little bit longer to figure out, is that It's never accurate, okay? Even in the Australian English, even in like received pronunciation English, when you say good, it's not quite a W, okay? It's not. Look, it takes like longer to recognize that the now is not now, which is what that particular teacher said. It takes longer to realize, like what she said is obviously wrong, and you can see it straight away. It takes a little bit longer to realize that they'll develop a sharp sense of hearing to know that it's not now. What are we going to do now? It's now, okay? It's not a ooh, it's a w. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Now.
It's, you know, it's hard to see the difference between ooh and w. Ooh, ooh, you see, but there is a difference, and you can hear it very clearly if you like develop your sense of hearing. And like that's one of the things we're going to do with our app, is to enable people to develop a very sharp sense of hearing so they can hear the sounds of English very clearly. And we're going to do it in a way that is fun and provides motivation, okay? So, you know, True Phonetics is a bit of a complicated concept, but it's not very complicated. I like to say I can explain it in less than an hour, but much more than a minute, okay? Like, because, for example, you know, can you tell me what I said before? Like, what is True Phonetics? Three things. What are the three things we are? Can you tell me?
Yeah, one is the idea of True Phonetics.
Yeah.
One is this
Yeah.
app that we have, and the third is actually the company that we are
The
having.
company. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I call it Project True Phonetics, True Phonetics, or True Phonetics the app, and True Phonetics Proprietary Limited, the company. Okay. That's right. That's what we are. But what we do and our goals is also three things, but they're three different things. Okay.
Okay.
Our first goal is to replace the current system for teaching English pronunciation with our better model. Okay. So, like, I mean, I've prepared a visual to explain this, where you have like an image of the phonetic chart. It's like the 44 sounds of English in the chart. It's got like consonants on the bottom, vowels over here, and then diphthongs. I've got a lot to say about diphthongs, but diphthongs, like two vowels together, in the top right. So I have an image of like that chart with an arrow going towards a screenshot of our keyboard layout. Okay, that's the image of the change that we want to affect. Okay, that's what we want to happen. We want classrooms around the world to no longer display that phonetic chart. I don't know. Have you seen that chart before?
Yes. Yeah, that's
have
like
seen it?
that's gonna be like my next question, like this. Like, what was like this phonetic chart? What was the issue with that, and why you created this a new thing called phonetic keyboard by yourself?
All right.
Okay.
So I'll share my screen now.
Right.
The host isn't allowing multiple sharing for this meeting.
Oh, no, just a second. Yeah, now you can try.
All right, can you see now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this sums it up. All right. Join the revolution on the bottom, because it is sort of like a revolution. You see, we're proposing a change in the way that things are done around the world. Okay. So on the left, you can see we have like all these consonants, and we have the vowels up the top, and over here we have what are called diphthongs. Okay. When I say the word diphthongs, I always raise my fingers and do this. Okay, because you know it can be useful to use the word diphthongs, but diphthong means two vowels. Okay, di means two, and apparently thong means vowel. Okay, diphthongs. Okay, people always talk about diphthongs. What are they? Well, officially they are a combination of two vowels. What are they in reality? They are mainly a myth. Okay, because for example, like I said before, this my and ow do not start with the same vowel. Okay, I'm very confident of that. Also, like I, you know, even if we ignore the a, I ends in a y. It definitely ends in a y. Okay, like over here we have the I in ship. You see, we have the I in ship, and this is, you know, and so it's, you know, just try and say it like I, my sky.
My
You see, like,
sky.
so you
Right.
just try, yeah, just try doing an ah. Can you say and then do the I in ship. I, I,
I, right.
Okay, but if
Hmm.
it's not, it's close to being an I, but it's a Y. Okay, it's just a regular Y.
Hmm.
Not I. It's I.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Um. Yeah. So look, there's a lot of changes. Okay, this is good that we've brought this up because this is like something that I really want to explain because this image,
Hmm.
it really says a lot about that whole first objective of true phonetics. Okay,
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
is the revolutionary side of true phonetics, the IGI. So yeah, we propose that these diphthongs they're just totally removed. Okay, like the crazy one of the crazy things about the way English pronunciation is taught is that they say that this is 44 sounds of English. They say it's 44 sounds. Here you have 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here you have 24 sounds,
24.
and here 24. Here you have 24 consonants, and I agree with that. There are 24 consonants.
Hmm.
Over here you have the 12 vowels, okay,
Hmm.
4 times 3, and over here you have 8 diphthongs. So it's 24 plus 12 plus 8, 44 sounds. That's what everyone says, 44 sounds of English. But it doesn't make any sense to say we have 44 sounds, okay? Because like, look at the way they count it. They're like, this is the I in ship, and this is the
Hmm.
in teacher, and when you
Hmm.
have them together, that's a new sound. How is that a new sound? It doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
Like,
Got
you see
it.
what I mean? Like they're counting things twice, all right? Like that's not a new sound. If you have a combination of two sounds that you already counted, it's not a new sound. See, that's just not correct counting. That's not how we count.
Hmm.
You see? So I mean,
Yeah.
if you look it up on Google, everyone says we have 44 sounds. How many sounds in the English language? 44 sounds. Okay, 44 sounds everywhere. 44, 44, 44 sounds. It doesn't make any sense, man. It does not make any sense. Okay, why would you count
Right.
ones that you've already counted?
Right.
Okay, so that's just bad
Hmm.
counting. We have 35 sounds in American English, 36 sounds in Australian English, and 37 sounds in Scottish English. Okay, so over here we have 37 sounds. All right, we have all the 37 sounds. We have this
Hmm.
oo sound, which is the sound that Australians make, British people make, but Americans do not make. Okay, Americans do not make this oo sound. That's why Americans only have 35 sounds, not 36.
Got it.
Okay, because
Yeah.
like for example, um, in Australian English, you and cool is not the same vowel. You see, it's or school, for example. Are you in school? You see,
Hmm.
but in American English, it is the same. Are you in school? Are you in school?
Hmm.
You see, are
Right.
you in school? Are you in school? Are you in school? It's not see, so we have the extra sound. And over here, this X, that's the it's funny making that sound. It's the like the ch sound in loch. All right, that's only in Scottish English. They say,
Hmm.
"Oh, the loch, I'm Lachlan." Like, yeah, not all Scottish people say that, but some people do. Okay, it's a sound
Hmm.
that's only in
Right.
Scottish English normally. Okay,
Got it.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So what's your understanding of what I've told you so far
So
about
it's
this
more of
image?
like, yeah. First thing is this collective sound. It's called diphthongs, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even required. It's like the combination of two sounds, and but people are counting it as a like English sound, and people are saying
Exactly.
like there are 44 sounds, but there are not the 44 sounds. At max,
There's no
there are like,
exactly,
yeah. At max, there are only 37 sound, 37
exactly,
English sounds. Yeah. Got it.
exactly.
This one. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, also like this keyboard, like will this be like somewhere in the future, will it be recognizable by the people, and people will type in this keyboard
Yeah.
something, and will
So
be, yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's the goal. Okay, that's
Hmm.
that's the goal. Um, Look, so I'm just going to type up here. Okay, in the
Yeah.
bar. Okay, I'm going to change.
Yeah.
Go up here. I go over here. This is my keyboard layout. Okay, I click it. This is Australian layout, French layout. If I want to type, French words like this and this.
Hmm.
Okay, but
Right.
this is the phonetic keyboard that I made myself. Okay, this
Hmm.
you know this is a screenshot from our game, but I made this keyboard layout, this phonetic keyboard layout, a long time ago, and I put a lot of thought into how I was going to make it. Okay, and I had to make it because I couldn't find one
Right.
anywhere else. Okay, I looked everywhere, could not find a phonetic keyboard for English. There was one that had like all of the symbols for all of the languages, and so you had to always press shift, and
Got
it's
it. Yeah.
like 120 symbols. Like, anyway,
Wow.
so like, yeah,
Hmm.
but like for English, it's like, come on, we've got like 36 sounds, and there's like 26 letters, in the normal and so you can just get rid of the numbers, right? Just get rid of the numbers, because instead of writing the numbers, you can just write, one, for example. We say like one, that's one. Okay, this is two in Australian English. This is three. Okay. So yeah, it's a real phonetic keyboard layout. People are going to be able to download this keyboard layout. We're going to start with English. Our whole project is focused on English at the start, but eventually we'll move on to other languages. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So
yes.
This is what we want. Okay. We want this chart on the left to be removed from the walls of English classrooms around the world and replaced with this one on the right. Okay. It can be this can be changed a little bit. Like, for example, we could put the real keys to the bottom right for the poster that we print to make it clearer, like how they can use it. So like, for example, this sound, this is the number one. Okay, so you could have like number one in the bottom corner. Okay. So we want to replace the thing on the left with the one on the right, a screenshot of our keyboard, because it's more accurate. Okay, it is more accurate. And secondly, because it's more practical. You see, like this thing on the left, this is just an idea. It's just a theory and a way to think about it. But on the right, this is a real practical keyboard layout that you can actually use to start writing the phonetic alphabet.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's a lot of value in it being able to write phonetic alphabet, because unlike with the regular alphabet, with a phonetic alphabet, you can write text in different English accents. All right. So, for example, look at this sentence. Okay. Look, I'm just gonna stop the share. Okay, just because I don't want to expose any secret information. Okay.
Exactly.
So, and then I'm gonna reshare it. Okay, once I've opened a document, I'm going to show you me writing in the phonetic alphabet. Okay, so
right. Just a second.
Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So all right. So I'm going to share my screen now. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna use the shortcut to change the keyboard layout, which is Control space phonetic N. Okay, phonetic N, phonetic keyboard English. Okay. Now, so look at this. Okay, I'll make it big so you guys can see it. Not in bold, big. Okay. So look at this. They were all talking about all the horrible forests in oh, where is it? I haven't been writing much because we've been doing so much coding and stuff. I haven't practiced writing it. You have to practice this, okay, to get total fluent. But they were all talking about all the horrible forests in Florida. Okay, you understand? They were all talking about all the horrible forests in Florida. Yeah, you understand what I mean. Okay, you speak fluent English. Okay, so that's what accent do you think that is? It's Australian. It's Australian. Okay, that's an Australian accent. Okay. Now look at this one. Okay, they were all talking about all the horrible forests in Florida. What is it? It's number 9. Okay, in Florida. Yeah, this would be easier if I had like a chart that showed like exactly which one it is to quickly remind me. Because right now this is just, I've memorized this, right? I'm going by my memory. Okay, got it. Keyboard layout. All right, so I'm going to change this back to English, and we can talk about it. Okay,
so these both mean same things. One is in Australian English and one is in American English.
Yeah, exactly. So the sentence is, they were all talking about all the horrible forests in Florida. Okay, if you're from Florida, I'm sorry, right? Hey, they're not.
Yeah,
We don't have forests in Florida. Okay, we got swamps. They're called swamps.
got it.
Swamps full of gators. You know. Okay. All
Mm,
right. So they were all talking about all the horrible forests in Florida. Okay. So look at this.
mm,
Basically, what we're saying
mm,
here is that the or,
mm.
yeah, and the or
Mm.
are changing places. That's it. Okay. Horrible
Okay.
forests. Okay. Uh,
Mm,
they were all. This is all. You see, they're in the opposite place. You see, this is they. One of the differences is that like in Australian English, we really like the ah sound, so we've got like they, but Americans could be like. I mean, some Americans be
okay.
like they, but like
Mm,
other Americans be like they. But
mm.
um, basically, the oh swaps places. You see, so you can write it like that. Like that's I think, and that's the third thing, right? That as I was saying, we have three goals, okay, for
Mm,
True Phonetics. The first one is to provide the correct model, the most accurate
mm,
possible model for English pronunciation, English phonetics,
mm. Right.
and then other languages as well, but we'll focus on English at the start. Second thing is to provide the best way to learn it, okay, because that's our
Mm,
app, okay? Our app is the best way to learn it. It's
mm.
going to be very fun. We'll make it as fun as possible.
Right. Yes.
and
We will
and as
gamify.
and as easy as possible. We'll gamify it exactly. And
Exactly.
the third thing is we are providing a reason for everybody to want to learn the phonetic alphabet. Okay, that's accents. Okay, that's what you can write with the phonetic alphabet that you can't write with other accent without with the normal alphabet. Okay, you can't write
Mm,
accents. Okay,
right.
so yeah, do you get it?
Okay. Yeah. So this third point, providing a reason for everybody. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just want to understand this more. Like,
Yeah. So look, I'm not
mm,
saying everybody is going to. Okay, not
right.
everybody is going to,
Exactly.
but a
Yeah.
lot more people will want to. You know,
Mm,
I think like I mean, I want people to uh, like know the difference between like when I say something that's like absolutely certain and something that I think is probably going to happen. I'm absolutely certain that this is a good model and things like that.
mm,
But
right.
like ideas that I have for this
Mm,
is that maybe one
right.
day English learners will learn this alphabet before they learn the normal alphabet. Okay, just because this is easier. Okay, it's objectively easier. This is it's less useful. Okay, you did.
Mm,
I'm not saying
right.
this alphabet should replace the normal alphabet. Okay, I think the normal
Mm,
alphabet looks better. Okay, it's nicer. I prefer it. Okay, in
yeah.
general, but this is easier. You see, every time you see the same symbol, you always make the same sound. Okay, always. So
Mm,
did you know that like people who learn Spanish speakers learn to read and write Spanish before English speakers generally? I mean, I
oh.
asked ChatGPT that and he confirmed it. So I haven't done like thorough research, but that's yeah.
Mm,
I mean that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because in Spanish they write how they speak. So a Spanish person can just pick up a text in Spanish. A Spanish kid can pick up a text in Spanish, just learn the sounds of the symbols, and it's very very accurate. Okay, like you just
yeah.
learn one sound for one symbol.
We also have the similar thing in Hindi. Like we have
Mm-hmm,
like all the like it's called swar and vyanjan, and then
mm-hmm,
we have like the a series of it. Like for example, if there is something called ko, it's a letter here in Hindi. Then we have like
mm-hmm,
all the sounds of it: ko, ka, ki, ku, ke, kai, ko,
mm-hmm.
kan, kaha. So
Uh-huh.
we can
Yeah,
make
yeah.
every sound out of it, like out of just
Mm-hmm.
one character. And we have for
Right.
all of the vyanjan, we have this sound with
Is
all
that
the
Devon?
like
Are you talking about Devangari?
yeah, Devanagari. Yes, exactly.
Okay. But
Yeah.
most of the time when you talk to each other, you use the Latin alphabet, don't you? Do you?
Yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you're
Mm.
messaging your friends, you use the Latin alphabet, not the Devangari script. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
people in India are like probably doesn't know Hindi much. Like it's more of like they know the general Hindi, but not the
Mm-hmm.
ancient Hindi that we had that came up from
Right.
Sanskrit. Yeah, so it's like a mix of all the languages. Like it has all the elements of Urdu. It have
Right.
elements of the like English. Like we have everything all together. Yeah, we will have a like a podcast or something discussing languages and everything. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
wanted to.
exactly, bro. There's so much potential,
Yeah.
huh? So
Yeah.
much we can do. Yeah,
Exactly.
a lot's happening at the moment. Like this is we're
Mm,
broadcasting to the world like our idea
Right.
in this particular interview. Also, today's a
Mm.
special day because I've brought someone
Mm.
else onto the team who's going to help us to
Right. Yeah.
spread the message. I've got someone in Australia who understands what I'm talking about.
Right.
So yeah, let's the ball's in motion, right? I think we
Mm.
got to start preparing for a big launch. Okay, a big
Right.
fun party for the
Exactly. Yeah.
launch of True Phonetics. Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right.
Okay.
So
Mm.
yeah, I'm not sure how much time you have, but uh,
It's 59. Yeah. Like 5-10 minutes more. Not much.
5 more. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
No, my all questions are nearly done. Yes.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
I got to know about the whole idea thing. Like I know about the app, like what we have to build and everything. I know about the company, but the real idea,
hmm
just I just want to understand that more. Yeah. Today I got to
Yeah,
know.
and
Hmm.
yeah, and that's one of the good things about how we've decided that you're going to handle the code now. Instead
Hmm.
of you teach
Right.
guiding me through building the code, you handle the
Hmm.
code, build it as fast as you can. All of our ideas,
Exactly.
because we've got so many ideas to make this amazing.
Hmm.
Bring in other languages and things like that. The
Right.
sky is the limit, as they say.
Exactly.
Uh, but me, what I have to do is explain the idea. Okay,
Hmm.
like our description on our
Hmm.
Facebook page is more than an app, it's a revolution. And it is. It
Hmm.
is really, it's
Right.
revolutionary. We're talking about changing a system. Okay, if we just get
Hmm.
enough people, especially enough native English speakers, to listen to what I have to say, check it
Hmm.
themselves, and find that it's true, it's unbelievable, but it's true that I'm not here to present my credentials and my qualifications about why I'm so smart and
Hmm.
you should listen to me. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to look at the prestige and the authority, I have none.
Hmm.
You see, it's like the most prestigious English teaching organization.
Hmm.
BBC Learn English, University Cambridge, Oxford, all saying that this is the way they speak. And I'm saying, well, look at this fact, then look at this fact, look at this fact, look at this fact, look at this fact, look at this
Hmm.
fact for yourself and decide.
Right.
It's like all of the prestige in the world against facts. Okay.
Hmm.
So
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, that's why that our uh, for now our catchphrase, our slogan, more than an app, it's a
Hmm.
revolution,
Right.
is it's not just some hollow sentence. You see, it's true. This is
Hmm.
revolutionary. And
Right.
one other thing I'd like to say is True Phonetics. I want people to understand that it's not just some random name. You see, it's not just
Hmm.
it's not like wonderful phonetics, great phonetics, true phonetics. No, it's like true phonetics. Okay, we teach
Hmm.
true phonetics because everyone else, pretty much everyone else, almost everyone else I've ever heard,
Hmm.
is teaching false phonetics. Okay, wrong phonetics.
Right.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable. This is so extraordinary. This thing that I've discovered. I was
Hmm.
so skeptical of this. I didn't accept it straight away. It took a lot for me as an Australian to stand up and say, look, I know how you British people speak better than you British teachers. And I know how you
Hmm.
Americans speak better than you American teachers. It's a big thing for me to stand up and say that. It's not something I take
Hmm.
lightly. Okay. It took
Right.
me months and months of watching all the evidence and listening. And then I was like, this can't possibly be true. The idea that in any English accent I ends with an I is just ridiculous. It's insane. Who does that?
Hmm.
you know. So yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
So good,
Okay.
good, good
Yeah.
interview.
Yes, sure.
Makes more sense to you now.
Yes. Maybe in sometime in future you may have to debate with many people who says that
Mm-hmm.
I would say it false phonetics. Ours is
Yeah,
true. False phonetics.
yeah,
You may have to debate with many people like to make this idea into being. Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. I'm gonna want
Mm.
a lot of
Right.
universities, professors, and all the
Hmm.
authorities. Just what do you have to say about this?
Hmm. Right.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
going to shy away from any
Hmm.
debate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
nice podcast. Yeah, happy to record
All right.
all of this. So like
Great.
other people can also see like what other things are happening in the world. Like there
Yeah.
are some people who are working on phonetics. There are people who are like trying to bring a revolution and everything. Yeah.
hmm
And like not
I
like
think.
just saying things, like we are trying to build everything, like an app, a company, everything, like we are trying to do.
hmm
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to say, like, who gets more excited about joining it? Is it the people who want to see like a revolution, or is it the people that want to see like, um, you know, is it
Mm,
people that are attracted to the phonetics and the English, or is it the people that are attracted to like, the amazingness of this idea and this like
mm,
change of the system, this
right.
like this fight between facts and prestige? Like, I think it's
Mhm.
very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen.
Right. Exactly. Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like at first, I just came in, just saw your energy, doesn't understand the
Mhm.
company well. I just saw like, okay, there is something which is trying to maybe teaching some language or something. I have that idea. Now, like
Mhm.
it's way more exciting than your energy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I knew, like, I knew, like, with time, you started to realize that
Mm.
this app is going to be success. It's probably going to be successful, right?
Exactly.
That's why we changed from teacher student to
Mm.
CTO CEO and made the company. Yeah,
Right.
two original
Exactly.
founders, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
awesome. All right.
Mm.
So, well, I'll see
Okay.
you again soon, huh? Very soon,
Yeah.
probably
Sure.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Okay.
See you
See you
later, mate.
tomorrow.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.
Yeah. Okay. Same. Bye.